Verdik değil mi eline? Pek. Yaz bunu chat. Masallara göndermeler var bayağı mı? Yok canım sende ne? Bir kırmızı başlıklı kız, bir kurt, bir domuzcuk, bir Vladimir'i gördün diye. Sen de hemen masal. Yok daha neler. Bu ikinci yenicilere gönderme. Baştan aşağıya. Orhan Veli.
Hello, Bigby. You look tired.
Tevfik
Give me
Fikret.
one good reason not to rip you apart right now.
This gun holds 6 rounds of specially designed silver bullets. Now, I may not be the best shot, but I can guarantee that at least
hemen
one
sıkmayalım,
bullet will
sıkıntı
meet its
yapar bize.
mark, and you'll find yourself rolling on the floor in agony, unable to heal yourself. Without Swinehart to save you, you'll die. Is that reason enough for you? Before you do anything with me, I thought I should point out a few
İyi ki basmadık, iyi ki basmadık
Snow
orada.
White wants you to bring me back to the woodlands, doesn't she? And that's what I want. You plan to do what she says, don't you?
That's right. But what happens to you once you get there is a different story.
I'm not quite finished. You will bring me back alive. Look, all I ask for is the chance to speak for myself in front of the community. And I'm sure Miss White would agree that I should be given a fair trial. Can we at least agree on that? I will have a trial.
The whole town will be calling for your execution. Why would you want me to bring you back there?
Why don't you let me worry about that? Look, there's no reason for us to be at each other's throats here.
That's funny. Coming from a guy pointing at
Lucris Leviathan hoş geldin, ikinci ayıymış. Çok sağ ol.
I'm sure you understand.
2 aylık seride 9. ayıymış. Pardon, özür dilerim. 9 aylık seride. Çok sağ ol.
And I think you know that.
20 günde falan mı yenileniyor? Hayır lan. 1 ayda. Bir de bana sor ne kadar geç yenileniyor.
Maybe you didn't carry it out, but I don't think Georgie was lying when he said you ordered their deaths.
Georgie would have said anything to save himself. We both know that. I'm a businessman, not a killer.
There's still a lot you have to answer for.
And I will.
Ya inanılmaz Karslı'ya benzemiyor mu adam?
Because I'm not saying another word until I'm brought before the community. I don't mean to belabor the point, but just so we're clear, if you change your mind and decide to do something stupid, you won't get your answers. But you will have a difficult time explaining yourself to Miss White and the rest of this miserable town.
Üniversiteyi Kars'ta okudum. Evet,
You're often reckless, and I worry you're not thinking of the... Let me ask you an honest question. What do you really care about here? Where this case is concerned, I mean. Do you really want the truth? Or do you just want to look like the hero?
This is about justice. I'm the sheriff. I have to do what's right. 2 people were murdered.
And you know who did it. Georgie.
O da öldü, diğeri de öldü amına koyayım. Ne 2 kişi, 10 kişi öldü belki de. Sende bir orospuluk var, ben ondan senin peşindeyim. Habercilere hoş geldiniz diye koşan köylü adamın aynısı. Adam çok tatlıydı ya, bu adam nursuz. İyi hadi gel şimdi pamuğa gittim herkesi öldürdüm dersem o da bana trip atacak amına koyayım.
What do you say? Fine. I'm sure Miss White will be pleased. Such a reliable pup. I understand why she'd want to keep you around.
Bir tane ağzına vuracağım. Düzeldi lan burun.
You're under arrest. You'll be given a trial in front of your peers.
Oğlum ters kelepçeleyeceksin, öyle olur mu? Tabii ki vuracağım. Yakıştı mı? Hayır yakıştı mı? Hayır yakıştı mı senin gibi bir kanun beyefendisine?
I know, but we have to do something.
Are you fucking kidding me?
When is this thing happening?
Are we sure he's coming? Yes, you'll have an opportunity to... He's back.
The crooked man.
Thank God.
Motherfucker.
Yıkamacı be.
Are you okay? It's been hours. We were worried you'd run into some trouble. At the crooked man's place.
Well, he didn't make it easy.
What happened?
It doesn't matter. He's here. We got him.
1, 2,
We
3,
can talk
4,
about it later.
5 kişi öldürdüm.
Did well, Sheriff. I'm surprised. Not that you did well, but that, you know.
4 tam bir dolaylı.
I'm just glad you made it back in one piece.
It's about time you showed up. Now throw this asshole down the fucking well.
Yes, what are you waiting for?
You killed Lily!
She was my sister.
Could
What do
you?
you have to say for
Where the
yourself?
fuck do you get off?
Poor
You think
girls.
you have the right
And
to
what
just
about
do this
Faith?
to
What could
people?
they have
You're a
done to
fucking
deserve
crook!
This. You should be ashamed.
Shithole.
Everyone, can I have your attention? Thank you all for coming here on such short notice. I know normally we'd schedule a formal hearing, but considering the circumstances, I thought it best if we do this as soon as possible. The crooked man is charged with the murder
As
of
I
Faith
already
and...
informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Porge who killed those women, not me.
What? It was Georgie?
Georgie.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Miss White.
You'd better shut your fucking mouth if you want to keep it.
Wait a minute. So you're saying Georgie's the motherfucker who killed my sister? Well, where is he?
Yeah, you're gonna bring that shithead in too, aren't you?
Yes, Sheriff. Where is that rotten scoundrel now?
Is he still out there?
I sincerely hope not.
Well, where is he?
Sheriff?
Don't worry about it. It's done.
Justice has already been dispatched. Bigby executed him.
He's... What?
Ya yok daha neler
So
ya.
you see, the culprit has been punished. There's no
That
need
doesn't
for
change
this.
anything. We'll deal with it later, but right now you're the one I'm
Executed
concerned
gibi
with.
değil ki o yani.
Georgie
Kendimi
made
nesli
that
müdafaa
perfectly
olaraktan.
clear.
In which case you still have a lot to answer for.
I
Aynen.
was
I
told
don't-
I would be allowed to speak.
We have to read the rest of the
What
charges.
other charges?
If you'd wait a moment.
I'm well aware of my rights, Miss White.
Let her finish. Then you can have your say.
Got it?
If you insist.
Pamuk takdir etti.
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order, inciting violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf.
Twice.
A
kere.
misunderstanding.
Kolumu
Aiding
kırdı.
and providing monetary support for the forced prostitution at the Pudding and Pie. Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of fraud, extortion, racketeering, and the illegal possession and sale of magical artifacts.
And kidnapping Crane at gunpoint.
He went willingly.
Yes, thank you. Now, is there anything you would like to say?
First of all, I had nothing to do with Faith and Lily, so you can strike that one from your little record book.
Bullshit! Like hell you didn't.
Stop the charade. We know you're
Come on,
involved.
it's obvious.
The rest of the charges are more than enough to deserve
We
execution.
all know who you are. We know what you've done.
Just give it up already.
The Crooked Man has committed crimes against this government and, most importantly, its citizens. These charges, if proven, are enough to justify death.
Çok da bir
upon
kanıtımız
which
yok ha
your
yani.
body will be committed to the witching
Where it
ground.
fucking
İtiraf almamız
belongs.
lazım.
So let's get
But
on
we
with it
promised
then.
you a chance to defend yourself, and I won't rob you of that right.
What the
You're
fuck?
really going
This
to let
is
him
about
talk?
justice. If we're ever going to pull ourselves together and make something of this town, we have to start doing things correctly. No more snap judgments, no more secrets. We are going to treat everyone fairly, even when they don't deserve it.
Tabii canım, hukuk.
This is ridiculous.
Bunun da ellerini açtık. Bu adam büyücü müyücü, şimdi bize ulti atmasın amına koyayım.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Miss White. You've all met Georgie. I don't have to tell you what kind of person he was. He was a total scoundrel, lacking in any sort of moral fiber. I hired him as a favor to his family, you see. A promise kept to a dying mother.
Oh,
Are you gonna
jeez.
get to your point or what?
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those women. It was his business. And for whatever reason, I'm sure only he could understand, he murdered two of his most faithful employees. I had nothing to do with it.
Tell the fucking truth for
I've
once.
always been a bit of a
Sessizlik.
powder keg.
Georgie seemed pretty convinced he didn't have a say in the matter.
He clearly misunderstood my intention.
Really?
I would never authorize such an act.
Any of you actually believe this bullshit?
Holly, please.
Tell them, Bigby, when you finally showed up at my door last night, wasn't I more than helpful? I answered your questions. I was willing to cooperate.
What's he talking about?
Yeah, and your goons attacked me. Did you forget that part?
They get a bit carried
Takastık.
away sometimes, it's true. Loyal to the end. They do it because they want to protect me, as I've protected them. You understand wanting to protect what you care about, don't
Ne
you?
anlatıyorsun amını
Do
siktim.
anything. You might even give up an innocent man, just to save someone.
Yeah, right. They don't do it because they want to protect you. You intimidate people. Use scare tactics. They're afraid if they don't follow orders, they'll end up dead.
Let me explain this to you. My employees are just that, hired help. I see some of them are here among you. They are not my slaves. They are all free to make their own decisions, as Georgie was.
What about Lily? She wasn't free. She wasn't given a choice. Do you really think she wanted that any of those girls wanted their lives like that?
Ananı ekranın başından al.
I'm sorry that your sister asked me for help, and I'm sorry that I decided against my better judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah. That's what you did to us. How you kept us all
You
in
forget
line.
it was not me who put you in that position. You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant. When you're
Oğlum sen beni öldürtmüyor muydun az önce adamına ya?
poor and helpless,
Bunlar nasıl ayaklar? Saruman'a da
I
benziyor bak
was
şimdi
there to
fark
look
ettim.
out for you.
Yes, but
Wasn't I?
You're the fucking problem here, not us.
Really? What about Auntie Greenleaf? Her story is not uncommon. She left everything she had back in the homelands. Everything that matters, anyway. With nowhere else to turn, she came to me for help. And what did I do for you?
You got my tree back.
I got her tree back. And in turn, we used her magic to help poor Fables get glamours. Because I helped her, she was...
Çok iyi biriysen o boğazlı kazan dışına taktığın altın kolyeye ne diyeceksin? Hiç hayırlı bir insanın onu taktığını görmedim ben.
My tree to
Bana bunu
ashes.
açıkla.
What?
you burned it down?
You see?
Why would you do that?
There's more to this.
Yasa
than
dışı
they're saying,
büyüydü kardeşim.
okay? It was necessary to keep this town safe.
İyiliğe harcıyor diye o büyü yasa içi yapmaz. Ya yarın öbür gün orospuluk yaparsa o
What
büyüyle?
choice did I have?
Büyüler üst katta kardeşim.
You
Bakanlıkta
can
orada
lie to
yapılacak.
yourself, but you can't lie to me. You hated Crane, and you hated him for wanting to fuck you, and
Beni
you being
sikmek
too
istediği için
soft to
ondan
notice
nefret
what
ettim.
he'd do to
Evet.
get it.
Beni
It
sikmek
had
istediği
nothing
için
to
değil.
do
Hem
with
beni
the
sikmek
crooked
istediği
man.
için hem de çirkin olduğu için. Yakışıklı olsa problem yok.
We've made some mistakes.
Biliyorsunuz işler böyle yürür.
I've made some mistakes. But believe me, I truly want what's best for this town. And that may not always be clear right away. But I want you all to know that I care deeply about all of you. And so does the sheriff.
Yeah, right.
I can't promise you perfection. No one can.
Iyisini yapacağız.
Haven't been great for a while now, but we'll do better at protecting you.
Demagoji yaparak şüpheleri üstüne çekiyor. Gastro. Ha, Ali.
The man's been exploiting you. Exploiting your hope for a better life. You would go to him for help. And he would take that weakness and add it to his strength.
We're not gonna tolerate this shit anymore. The debts are wiped. His business is closed. He's done.
They're right.
You're all still afraid of him, even now. But you needn't be. His contamination of this town is over. And those girls will have their justice.
Nice, nice. Hepsi yanımıza geldi.
Very good, very good. The sentiment is surely appreciated, Miss White. But it doesn't disguise the fact that these accusations are completely unfounded. The sheriff simply doesn't have a particle of evidence linking me to the
Georgie
murders.
was working for you. Bigby got a
A
confession
confession that nobody heard. Now, I'm no barrister, but I think such a statement would carry more weight if Bigby weren't the only one to whom
Doğru, ben
Georgie's
dedim bunu. Hiç kanıt manıt hiçbir sikimiz yok. Dümdüz dedik ki sensin amına koyayım.
history.
What are you talking about?
Snow?
And what about your history? All you've done to this fucking town?
What do you mean there's no evidence?
Maybe he's... I mean, this doesn't feel right, how we're doing this. I just
Of
need...
course it's right. This man tormented all of you for profit. Georgie
Let me
killed
just
him.
make sure I understand you. You're trying to say that I'm responsible for what Georgie did because he was working for me at the time, yes?
Yes.
Of course. Where are you going with this?
Well, by that logic, Miss White should be on trial for Tweedledum's murder, since you know Bigby works for her.
That's...
He killed a man.
That don't make him a murderer.
Doesn't it?
For fuck's sake, killing someone who's trying to kill you is
They
hardly...
were there to retrieve Crane. You didn't need to escalate things.
Me? It was them. And who sent those two freaks anyway?
Bigby and I have already discussed his behavior that night. We're handling it internally.
Hiç. Biz kendi aramızda halledeceğiz
How
onu.
about the way he treated poor Tweedledee when he was in your custody? He was beaten to mashed apples while under your watch.
Under my watch.
Asla.
He's right.
Did you think we'd all just let that go?
You can't be serious.
You're the one on
Hiçbir kere.
trial.
Bu yandaki
Don't
kel
try to
orospu
turn
çocuğu
this
vurdu
around
birkaç
on
kere.
us.
Ben hatta tuttum, o daha çok
Crane
vuracaktı.
was still deputy mayor when that
Ben
happened.
sigara verdim.
Right before you decided to kidnap him.
It was for his own protection. Oh, you're right, dear. Crane was in charge. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
Ya şunu alayım mı dala?
That's
Pamuk.
enough.
So, you won't answer for your employees' behavior, but I must perish for
This
mine.
is completely different.
I
We all
did
Hiç.
not order those two girls dead. It simply never happened. Georgie killed Faith and Lily. End of story. They want to scapegoat me for their own tangled ends, but they refuse to answer for their own
This
crimes.
isn't right.
Oh, please.
This isn't the point.
We'll deal with them after we deal with you. Everyone calm down. This isn't
I
the
mean, a
reason we're
certain level
here.
of privilege should be afforded to
To who?
This is how it's always been.
This is what I'm talking about. We lashed our ropes to this diseased world, and ever since, which one of us has been there for you? Who filled your lives with the promise?
Bazen direkt öldürmek gerek. Ya adam diyor ki ya ben biliyorum şimdi. Zaten benim üstüme Bloody Mary'yi falan göndertti.
Judging you, treating you
Ama
as
kanıtlayamazsın
mindless
ki diyor.
children, too
Tabii
stupid
kanıta
to command your
ihtiyaç
own
var böyle
destiny.
durumlarda.
Without me, who will pay your rent when you're on the verge of eviction? Who will dare challenge their brutality when it leaks to our dear citizens? Who will protect you from the big bad wolf? Who will be the...
Bigby? Miss White!
Hah.
Excuse me, dear.
I wanted to make sure I had the chance to say something.
Why don't you take a moment to catch your breath?
Lan.
What's she doing here?
I'd like to... I need to say something.
We're kind of in the middle of something.
Bluebeard.
What?
She has something to say, and we're gonna listen. Go right ahead.
You probably don't remember me. I don't know why I was afraid to come
My
here.
dear, I don't
Just
know
shut up. You enslaved us for years. Let us hear stories about what you do. Told us we would lose everything if we stepped just one toe out of line. And we couldn't say a word about it because of these damn ribbons. But you know what? Now it's my turn to talk.
How are you?
I found Vivian's body. Did you kill her? Did he?
Sheriff, this is highly irregular.
Be quiet.
We need to establish some order.
Diyen kimdi? Ananı sikeyim ya.
He might as well have.
I'm sorry, I don't think I know
Nerissa! My name is Nerissa.
It's okay, my dear. It's going to be just...
He ordered them dead. This fucker. Faith and Lily.
That's a lie.
I was in the goddamn room when he did it. Faith and Lily are dead because of you. The only two people who ever gave a damn about me. And now I can finally say...
And this just confirms it.
He made Georgie do it. It was always him. Georgie would have never done anything without his say-so.
Kurdeleyi çıkarıp ölen, tamam.
You're going to take the word of a stupid...
At least 5 other girls will back me up on this. We all heard you say it.
Did you now?
Looks like we found our evidence.
She saw it firsthand.
He's guilty.
Good enough for me.
Me too.
So that's it, right?
Calm down the witching well.
No, that's too fucking easy for a crook like that.
What do you mean?
He's gotta pay for what he did.
Listen to yourselves.
Önce dövüp sonra kuyudan atın.
Rats, fleeing from one sinking ship to the next. So quick to latch onto whatever will keep your miserable lives afloat. This is how you want to repay all I've done for you?
What, you take two people's lives away and now you want mercy?
You know we can't let you go free after this.
Kamuğun yanında atar da yapamıyorum biliyor musun? Kızıyor.
Well done then.
Now for your sentence.
We don't have to become murderers.
What are you talking about?
He's guilty. I know that, but we don't have to kill anybody. We can imprison him. Lock him up forever.
Ya sonra kaçsın diye amına koyayım. Abla hiç gerek yok böyle şeylere. Çok yaşlısın böyle şeyler için ya. Acaba masal dünyasındayız. Ben hiç masallarda kaçmayan suçlu görmedim.
Maybe she has a point. Hasn't there been enough bloodshed?
So we get rid of him.
We can send him away.
Everyone, listen up. Clearly, we're having trouble agreeing on a suitable punishment. So I think
Okay boomer.
someone needs to make a decision. Who?
I hope you aren't suggesting yourself.
Why not?
What about a vote?
What do you think this is?
Everyone, calm down.
You should have a vote. Make it democratic.
Do you really think that's going to work?
He's right. Nobody can agree on anything.
What about Bigby?
What about him?
He was appointed. He's the only official representative, really. He should be the judge.
That makes sense to me.
I guess it does.
Okay.
Fine. Are you sure? This isn't how
It's what the people want, Miss White.
Ayrıca oyunu satın alan da benim. Şimdi hani burada herkes bunu göz ardı ediyor arkadaşlar. Ben de zırt pırt dile getirmek istemiyorum ama 30 lira mı 40 lira mı ne verdim yani oyuna? Bir zahmet ben seçeyim.
Yes, Sheriff. Do what you think is right.
Dedi.
Teach him a fucking
Kitleyince inanılmaz muhabbet açıyormuş değil mi?
Just fucking get rid of him.
Not this way.
Aa ne oluyor lan? Amına koyayım. Kafasını koparıp öyle kuyuya atacağım.
There you are. I hope you all remember this moment. Think of me when you try
Amına kodumun.
You know, just between us, I was gonna let you live. But now...
You're going to miss me.
No, I won't.
Oh my god.
Hiç şey yapmayın amına koyayım. Biz de bir yerde kurduz. Herkes efendi olacak. Fable tam kurttan korkuyor. Korksunlar kardeşim. Efendilik arayan beyaz şova. Ki orada da neler yapılıyor biliyoruz. Hadi bakayım. Ben oy verelim dedim. Halk sen karar ver dedi. Kafasını koparınca da ya biz senden korktuk.
Oh, hi. Sheriff Bigby. Great to see you. I
Sen
don't know if you
Scooby-Doo'daki adam
I
mısın
know
lan?
who you are, Flycatcher. You worked
Sinek
at the
kapan.
Woodlands for how many years
kurbağa.
I think I've lost count. Are you gonna come see the truck off? We're leaving for the farm in a few. Thought you might want to. I don't know.
I'll be down in a minute.
Okay. Great.
Kim lan bu? Shaggy.
This fucking line.
Efendi olun lan. Vallahi koparı veririm.
Oh, Mr. Wolf, Flycatcher left his keys.
Listen, Snow, can we talk? I wanted to...
I'm sorry, Sheriff. I have to take care of this. We'll talk later, okay?
Sana da yol veriyorum. Sikerim. Ne oldu? Bir saygını kazandık.
You're late.
Yalnız kurt aga. Bırakacağım bu işleri. Miralaycığım ne kadar kabasın amına kodum yerinde ya. Öyle şey yazılır mı ya? Azıcık efendilik rica ediyorum. Bunlar çiftliğe gidiyor.
I'm going. Jesus.
We only have like 5 minutes.
Carry me for fuck's sake. I don't give a shit. You forgot these.
Oh, thank you. It's been pretty busy around here.
Morning, Sheriff. Nice fucking day. Shit. Just go grab that, would you?
Apartmanım vardı, apartmanın. 2 tane tılsım almayacaksın diye.
You don't have to be so dramatic about it.
Come on, Colin.
I'm walking, all right? Calm down.
Wait, Sheriff Bigby.
Canım.
I have something.
You know, he was up crying all night, poor kid.
Can you give this to Miss White, please? Dad says there's no time to say goodbye, so if you could bring it to her, she was nice. So
Yeah, sure.
I couldn't take them all with me, and she said she liked that one the best. It's a willow beetle. That's a big one. They're cool, because when they're little, they have these pouches that squirt juice at you if you touch them.
I'm sure she'll love it.
She said it was pretty.
That's everybody.
What's it like at the farm? I've heard ogres live there, and they eat people in their sleep sometimes.
God, I hope not.
Do we have to go? I want to stay here.
Well, we don't have a choice anymore. Don't worry. You'll be a lot safer there.
Şehirde hayvan gezmez arkadaşlar. Hele konuşan hiç.
River nearby, so you can swim all you want.
Even in daytime?
Yeah.
Duygu sömürüsü yapmayın.
About the Monday seeing you. It'll be nice.
Ben etkilenmem oğlum böyle şeylerden.
Come on.
Başak Burcu'yum ben.
Have you been there before?
Tabi her hafta halı saha yapıyoruz orada 12-1.
Some of the animals aren't comfortable around wolves, so you wouldn't know, would you?
We're all set.
Bye, Mr. Wolf.
Allah'a emanetsin. Görüşürüz. Çakmak var mı aslan? Oh. Ben de yakayım bir tane.
Are you still mad at me?
Would it change your mind? You got another one of those? How about a smoke for the road? One last time?
Paketi verdim.
Thanks, Bigby. Always a gentleman, aren't you, Bigby?
Kural arkadaşım. Kurallara uyun. Ben sana durduk yere göndermiyorum ki.
I guess I'll see you around.
Kural oyun, canımı yiyin.
Stay out of trouble, okay? If you even can.
I can't make any promises.
Yeah, me neither.
Saying goodbye?
Sen hayret nasıl ölmedin ya? Onu bana bir açıkla bakayım. Ben senden daha çok hoşlandım bu arada. Pamuk yokuş yapıyor bana.
Hi.
Hi.
You're still wearing that thing.
Oh. Yeah.
Ha,
I guess
boyun
I
tabii
am.
kopacak.
It's not easy to forget. I know it seems like I should be able to. It's just...
Let me help.
Bigby, I know you're trying to help. But this is just something I need to do on my own. Okay? Listen, I came here because I have to tell you something.
What is it?
It's about what happened to Faith and Lily. I'm not sure where to start. Faith, Lily, and we had this plan. We were gonna find a way out. Leave the pudding and pie for good. Then Faith decided to get some leverage. She stole a picture of Crane and Lily together. The minute Faith stole that photo, we had dirt on one of the Crooked Man's allies. If he found out, I had no choice. You have to understand. You've seen how they kept us quiet in that place. Can you imagine the lengths they go just to silence someone who had physical evidence?
Nerissa, just tell me what happened.
I freaked out, okay? I thought if I came clean to Georgie, he'd get the Crooked Man to leave us alone. We could just forget the whole thing. Maybe try again in a few years.
You what?
So I told him everything. And I begged for mercy for all of us. I didn't want anyone to die over a picture.
You were just trying to protect them.
Yeah. Georgie promised he'd smooth things over with the Crooked Man. But then... Oh, God.
Ya orospuluk yapmışsın azıcık da. Sigarayı da Colin'e verdik. Kaç paket taşıyorum arkadaşım yanımda?
Thank you.
Siper et, siper.
I don't know what happened, but that night at the club, Georgie came back and told me things had changed. He had to make an example of us. We had committed treason. And while the two of us were sitting there, as he was telling me this, Faith walked in, and I had to watch while Georgie...
Wait, so Georgie told you all this? Not the Crooked Man? Back at the well, you said...
I know what I said.
But it wasn't the truth, was it?
What does it matter? I know the Crooked Man did it. So what if it wasn't the whole truth? It was true enough.
So you think that makes it okay to lie?
I know he ordered their deaths. I wasn't gonna let him get away with it.
Ya ben de biliyorum abla da işte kanıt arıyorduk. İşleri düzgün yapmaya çalışıyorduk yani. Pamuk götüme soksa şu an şey yeridir.
I tried to warn Lily, but she wasn't with her scheduled appointment. So I did the only thing I could do. I left Faith's head at your doorstep.
You?
I walked her over here, and I left her, just hoping that maybe if I couldn't save them.
So, that piece of fabric I found near there, that was you?
Yeah, I cut my leg trying to get over the fence.
So you started all this?
I just pointed you in the right direction. People like us get forgotten all the time. The Crooked Man was counting on that. When we suffer, we do it in silence, and the world likes it that way. We just fade, like we never existed. I couldn't watch that happen to Faith, or Lily. Nobody cares about us. Not really.
I'm sorry, Nerissa. I'm sorry that's what it took to get me to pay attention.
It'll be different now. You'll make things right. You and Snow.
I don't know. Seems like no matter what I do, it's just not enough
Yani
for
içime sinmedi.
anyone. I just can't win with these people.
I know it might feel that way, but they need you, Bigby. Both of you. You two make a good team. The way you look out for each other, and look out for us. You don't see that a lot these days.
Snow doesn't really need me.
I'm sure that's not true. After everything you've done for us, maybe they don't want to admit it, but without you, none of this would have happened.
O kesin canım, onda hiç sıkıntı yok.
No one else would.
Tabii.
You protected your friends.
Masked Strawberry hoş geldin, Twitch Prime'ını bizi harcamış. Yayınımızın 3. abonesi, çok teşekkür ederim. Kesene bereket, turuncular senin için.
Everyone saw who he really was. So from where I'm standing, you did the right thing. You've been given this job for a reason. And I left Faith at your doorstep.
Reason oyunu satın almış onlar.
If anyone stood a chance against the Crooked Man, it was you.
I hope I've at least done some good here.
You've changed this place. For better or worse, Fabletown wouldn't be the same without you.
Bu nasıl bir teselli cümlesi lan? Kamusal buna yürüyelim. Ona çalışıyorum.
You're not as bad as everyone says you are.
Şapşal.
I need to tell you something. I have to tell you something.
I feel like we've met before.
You're trying to place me. You like my ribbon? Do you like it?
Faith wore one too. Would hide her beauty so she could escape his kingdom.
They used to call me the Little Mermaid.
Did Dr. Swinehart ever get back to you about Faith?
He said he wanted to run more tests. I hope you find what you're looking for. I'll see you around, Wolf.
I got enough of every melody. They all sound the same.